The world is on edge after Friday's Day of Jihad, where anti-Israel protests erupted across the globe in support of Hamas terror and the Palestinians, including thousands right here in New York City, with police bolstering security. Here to react is the president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. He's a retired Navy commander, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser. Doctor, it's so great to have you on this morning. Let's talk about what's happening in this situation. What's really behind these attacks? I understand that you believe this is part of a greater movement and we should be very alarmed.
Yeah, thank you for having me. My prayers first are with the people of Israel, our ally, and after this horrific genocidal attack, we're praying for all of them. You know, these demonstrations yesterday and this day of jihad, I think, should bring clarity to the American people about what we're fighting against, whether it's Al-Qaeda that we decimated, whether it's ISIS that we decimate, and then the Hamas, which is part of the Muslim Brotherhood. There's the Sunni flavors, which are Hamas, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, and the Muslim Brotherhood, or the Shia flavors of the Khomeinists of Iran. They're basically a theocratic, hateful movement that hates the West, is deeply anti-Semitic, rooted in religious domination and theocracy. And this day of jihad is what it is. They clarified that the movement is trying to regain, you know, the question is, why would they do such a suicidal attack against the state of Israel? Well, they want to be relevant again. They saw the Abraham Accords making them irrelevant. They saw, you know, where there wasn't a day of jihad? There wasn't one in Egypt, where the Brotherhood was rejected by the people of Egypt. There wasn't one in Iran, where the women's revolution are fighting against the theocrats. Yes, the Iranian regime drove this and fueled it because of Biden administration's fecklessness and appeasement and ransoming of our hostages that gave them the green light. But they did this to sort of light the Middle East on fire and try to recreate that caliphate. You know, the Hamas types of the world, these militant Islamists of our faith that we need to defeat and decimate, they divide the world into the land of Islam, in Arabic as Dar al-Islam, and the land of war. Everything else is war to them. And we have to defeat this ideology and especially reform it from within.
How do we do that?
Well, you know, just like the Chinese Communist Party and Farrakhan's Black Lives Matter movement infiltrate our universities here and infiltrate with wokeism, we need to infiltrate their communities with ideas of liberty and an offensive movement. We have a Clarity Coalition that stands for Champions of Liberty Against Radical Islamist Tyranny. We need to do that. This can't be won militarily. Yes, this week, God willing, Israel will decimate Hamas so that they never return again. They need to, number one, be decimated, not just lightly, but heavily. Their military operatives, their leaders need to be defeated. But then in the long term, the whack-a-mole will continue unless we have a long-term, beyond the election cycle, approach to radical Islam, and especially the enemy, which is jihad.
Yeah, well, we're living in a time when Catholic Latin Mass churchgoers are being investigated by the FBI and the DOJ. We hope that they're showing as much interest in those who wish for jihad here in America. Dr. Jasser, thank you for joining us this morning. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Rachel.
Okay.